one thing, we create rhythm in the classroom. In the time of artificial teaching poetry to the students of the school level, how can we create rhythm? There we say techniques for teaching clapping to syllable patterns. If there is one syllable word, two, three syllable word, in this way we can create rhythm. In the classroom, in the ESL classroom, in the time of teaching poetry, we can perform some type of activities. The students should be familiar about what? A syllable. Like if there are one syllable word, then two syllable word, then three syllable. In this way, four syllable, four times. In this way, we can create rhythm. One syllable words: cat, sack, fat. So please, all of us participate practice. Cat, please. In this way, there is a two syllable words. In this way, we can create rhythm. Now, three syllable word. In this way, we can create rhythm in the class, including the time of what? Poetry teaching. These are the activities which we can perform in the ESL class in the time of teaching. There is a activities for teaching rhythm, choral reading, group recitation to practice rhythm. If there are participants, just we can take the example of participants in class 10. In the former syllabus, there was described by the poem by Robert Frost. Woods are lovely, dark and dim. I have promised to take miles to go before I sleep. We can involve the students for what? Recitation. We can involve the students for what? Recitation. Poetry performance, recitation. A student performs poems. Focusing on what? Rhythmic delivery. They must focus on what? Rhythmic delivery. There is daffodils. By whom? By William Wordsworth. Can we recite what is in the group? Please.
I wander lonely as a cloud, spots on high over valleys and hills. When all at once a crowd, a host of golden daffodils beside the lake, beneath the trees, fluttering and dancing in the breeze.
So, in the time of participation in poetry, a student can use it because poetry must be for the listener. Such type of activities we can perform in the poetry process. Examine sound in poetry. Elements of sound. What are the elements of sound? Rhyme, alliteration,
Assonance.
they are related to sound. I wandered only at the
Cloud.
there is a there is cloud, there is hills. And this and this. This and that, they are not matched with each other. Now this is what? A. This is what?
B.
Then cloud, and crowd. They are matching with each other. So what is the pattern here? A, B, A, B. Then after that, they are not matched with these two. Then C, C. In this way, we can notice for this student about what? Right backward in the ESL classroom in the time of teaching. Here you see, a varieties of electrician you people have got. Fox is four-footed, fearful animal. Fool, fathom, die, father,
Lion.
my love is like a red rose. Varieties you people have got. Here you see, the repetition of one, repetition of the same or similar consonants. Beginning words. Here you see, and repetition means what? Repetition of the same or similar consonant sound at the beginning of words are close together. Then you say, I celebrate. So sound is there. Then myself, so sound is there. Same, so sound is there. In the same way, what is the difference between consonants? Alliteration and consonants. In the alliteration, there is also the repetition of same sound, same consonant sound. In the vertical consonants, there is also the repetition of same consonant sound. But in consonants, there is something different. What is the difference here? The repetition of what is called the repetition of like consonant sounds at the middle and end of the words. There is given the example of what? Students. Yes. So there is the repetition. Another is what? Where there is given alliteration, consonant. Consonants is related to what? Vowels. Varieties of figure of speech which people are using in poetry, and we are discussing in the poetry classes. As I told, simply metaphor, alliteration, climax, anticlimax, imagery, poem, hyperbole, ambiguity. Varieties which people are using. But today, in today's session, I am focusing on only on what? Sound. On what? Rhythm. If you talk about alliteration, that is related to consonant sound. Consonants, this is also related to consonant sound. And dissonance, this is related to vowel sound. The repetition of same vowel sound, similar vowel sound. Here you see low, loaf. There is vowel sound is there. Green, it is there. There is given. Green is. The sound is there. So it is called instruments. Techniques for teaching sound. Identifying and creating values. Now let us say, how can we create? Grow, slow. And here you see one of the poets of 20th century has told what? Nightmare of the dark, all the dogs of Europe bark. The dark bark. There, even in the vertical varieties of poems are there. No. In these poems, vertical rhyming words is there. Robe is there. Robe is there. Coat is there. Please, once vertical we will recite in group, practice, please practice in group. Then we say, grow, slow, grow, slow, more, road, slow, such type of activities can be performed in the ESL classroom at the time of teaching. And we can encourage the student to improve their sound quality. Another thing, they will find engaged in the poetry class. Sound pattern recognition exercise. There is direction. Circle the words in each group that has different sound patterns. Different sound patterns. In first number, which is different sound pattern? Cat,
Hat,
hat,
pat,
they are the same. Which is different? Cat is different. Pig, with, pig is different. Sit, sit, sit. What is different here? Neck. Sat, sat, wet, wet. In this, what is the four number which is different? Sat. Five number which is different? Tip. Tip. Six number which is different? Cup. Cap. It is cup is different. Which is different? Cup. Which is different? Cap is different. Seven number which is different? Eight number which is different? Pen is different. Then after that fun, sun. What is different here? Such type of practice we can do in the ESL class in the time of teaching poetry, and we can engage our activities for teaching sound. Sound matching words where there is matching words with similar sound. Find words which have A-I-R and A-R-E-R and repeated units. What we have to do? We have to write. We have to find the words which have what? A-I-R or A-R-E and repeated units. Here you see. Just versus the set amount of paid for riding public transport, such as bus, subway, plane, or taxi. But you have to find out the words which must be with what? A-I-R, A-R-E. Please find out the words. This is the type of them. Please. Yes, good. Yeah, and another is just versus that. These two words you have to do. Very good, excellent. Very good. Please. Next, there is what grows out of your head versus rabbit like
Here, H-I-R.
Very good. Here, H-I-R. A set of two versus cutting down versus upward.
Peer and peer.
Here, very good.
बसून
Colorless, tasteless gases that you breathe in versus someone who inherits money or other valuables from a deceased person.
Peer, P-I-R, H-P-I-R, H-P-I-R, and value.
Peer and peer.
Peer and peer. A small mythical creature versus a boat or ship that carries passengers, stacked and 4 feet
Listen. What is that? That must end with what? A-I-R, A-R-E. A small mythical creature versus a boat or ship that carries passengers. That carries passengers back and forth between. Spell it. Very good. Now listen. Very good. In the ESL classrooms, in the time of teaching poetry, we can create such type of activities. We can play the game with the students. Poetry is highly complicated. If we talk about poetry, among the genres of literature, poetry is highly complicated. It is very difficult to understand. One what is called stanzas have varieties of meanings. We can interpret in different ways, or we can make the student interpret in different ways. And for your kind information, I would like to tell you, I have completed my master's from the University of Allahabad. And in my specialization was 20th century poetry, 20th century novel, 20th century drama. And especially in 20th century poetry, I had 69 marks. That was the highest marks in university. Now you see, phonetic poetry, writing poems focusing on a specific sound. Just to encourage the student to create a poetry on a specific sound. Now here you say, may I for my own self song. There is focus upon what? Mo, so. That means darkness. How? On, off. The, on. This is the line of line. Left, here, in this way we can what is move on my knee, kill, many years old. There was somebody there, was somebody. In this way we can what is called encourage our student to what is called compose a poem. On the very means we must give the what is called sound and understanding meaning in poetry. In the time of what is called teaching in ESL classroom, we try our best to make the student understand the meaning of what? Poetry. Importance of what is the meaning. Interpretation and personal connection. As I told, woods are lovely, dark and deep. I have promised to take miles to go before I sleep, miles to go before I sleep. Two level meanings are there. Surface level, deeper level. The poet was going somewhere. This is very simple. It was the night time before the physical sleep. He had to perform varieties of things. But if you talk about the deeper level meaning, so I can interpret the poem in different way. You can interpret the poem in different way. There is one line in Shakespearean drama, in Hamlet, do or do not to do. This is the question. Do or do not to do. This is the question. Why I am talking about the drama in the time of what is discussing about poetry? Because all the dramas of Shakespeare have been written in what? Written in poetic form. Varieties of dramas have been written by Shakespeare, Hamlet, Macbeth, King Lear, Othello, Aphrodite, Cleopatra, Julius Caesar, Merchant of Venice, Twelfth Tempest, Henry V, Henry VI. But all these dramas are written in his form, poetic form. So what is there? Do or do not to do? This is the question. Do or do not to do? This is the question. It has been what is called described, it has been explained or analyzed by thousands of critics. Such a capacity poetry has, such a quality poetry has. So we people, being a teacher in the ESL classroom, we can encourage our students to explain the poems according to their own way. Techniques for teaching meaning, discussing themes and symbols. We know better. Varieties of symbols are used in literature. Cloud is the symbol of what is called trouble. Red rose is the symbol of love. Varieties of symbols are given. Encouraging personal interpretation. We must encourage the students for what? Personal interpretation. Activities for teaching meaning. We must participate the group among the students. They can discuss, group discussion. Analyzing poems in small groups. In the classroom, we form the what is called group and they have a given single poem to analyze it. Personal reflection, writing, what they understand about poetry, after going through the poetry, what they understood. Writing responses to poems, what sort of responses is there. Connecting to personal experiences. Connecting to personal experiences. Relating things to a student's life. A student's lives. We can what is the relative. Tips for effective poetry teaching. Encourage participation. You people know better about methods of teaching. One is called teacher-centered, another is called student-centered. In the time of what is called teaching poetry, we must follow the method of what? Student-centered. We must not be hero in the classroom. We must not be active in the classroom. Let the student be active. Because there must be the participation of whom? Participation of the students. Encourage participation. Inclusive and interactive. Some students are what is called sitting very silent in the classroom. Must include them. There might be the matter of female students and male students. We follow the ideas of what? Inclusiveness. Use diverse poets. We people know, we people have studied from Christopher Marlowe to what is called H. Eliot Larky Harding. So different is. Another thing, even in India, there are many poets who are writing, who are composing English poetry. There is the matter of American, British poetry, American poetry and British poetry. Now there are many European countries, in these countries, poetry is composed by the different writers. So we must use diverse poetry from different, include poems from various cultures. Language must be English, but we can compose a poem about the Chhath. We can compose a poem about Holi. We can compose about the what is called Diwali. So we must encourage our students to compose a poem about different cultures, or we can teach the poem about the different cultures too. Be patient and supportive. Teaching itself is a rigorous work. Teaching is a type of what is called very sensitive jobs. So we must be supportive. We must not dominate the student. We must not scold the student. We must not suppress the students. We must encourage the students. especially in the poetry classroom. I would like to tell you simple and short example, one what is called real events I would like to tell you. There was, now he is alive, there is a retired professor in the Nagpur. It is very difficult to tell. While he was teaching, he was the professor of Nepali or English or psychology or political science. Really speaking, he is a man of letter, good scholar. Not only in Madhya province or Janakpur, even in Nepal, you might have heard the name of that person, Dr. Rajendra Prasad Bimal. He was professor at RR College. While I was studying Nepali and he was teaching, one event he told. He told what? When he was a student, he was very interested to what is called composed poetry. He went to his teacher with his friends. Then he requested his teacher, sir, I am very much interested to compose poetry. But I can't think even a single line. Then teacher told what? Go to the lap of nature, sit there, and the emotions, the feeling, the excitement which comes to your mind, you might what is called write on the paper. That will be the poetry. Then he and his friend went to the Baradegha. You must have heard about Baradegha. Rang Maidan, that is called Baradegha in Janakpur. Baradegha, this is called. In that time, Janakpur was not developed, and he and his friend sat there, started thinking, started composing the poem. But sun rose, not even a single line came to the mind of him. Even though they tried, after trying for a long time, one line came to the mind of him. Pratah kal nikle ravigola. I hope you people understand Matthew a little bit. Do you understand Matthew or not? But you understand the meaning of that? He told what? Pratah kal nikle ravigola. मतलब बिहान सूर्य उदय भयो. Then teacher told, you did not understand. My teacher told what? Sir, after that we did not understand, we can't think even a single line. Then his teacher told what? He told what is called Pratah Kal Nikle Ravigola. Then his teacher told, Jehne Ramchandra, Tehne Bhola. Name of one teacher was Ramchandra, another was Bhola. Then he added the second line. Jehne Ramchandra, Tehne Bhola. What is there in poetry? Though I am talking about poetry, though we people are talking about ESL classroom, but we have been told to compose a poetry that will be the challenge. One of the scholars have told what? To become a writer, we must be brilliant. Writing something means what? Composing something means what? It is as tough as delivering the baby. Mothers are delivering the baby, there is the rebirth of the mother. Writing is such a tough task. So, we must be supportive. We must encourage our students to attain that. Especially in the ESL classroom, we must encourage the students. Please, who can work as the anthologies, recommended collections, poetry collections, online resources, websites, varieties of websites. As one friend told what is the that website para practice कराने लगा. Poetry apps are there, so we can use in the classroom. Let the student what is called practice. Recap of points. Importance of rhythm, sound, and meaning. Techniques and activities. The techniques which we people discuss, the sound which we people discuss, the rhythm, varieties of poetries are there. As I told, Nightmare of the dark.
All the dogs of Europe are.
Tiger.